when you grow up in the environment I grew up in, your biggest dream is working in a chocolate factory. If you got a job in the chocolate factory, you'd made it in life. You worked there till you was 50, died at 55. So for me, I just thought, there's a bit more out in the world than that, I think. And then you start to taste a little bit of success, and you think, well, no, I'm all right. You think, well, I can do that. I was never meant to achieve that anyway, so everything I do now is bonus biscuits. I think in the early parts of sort of launching your own business and growing it can be tough, and you do get stressed.
You know, I never really wanted to leave recruitment, but I just wanted to set up my own business, and I just wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to build a brand name. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted something that people recognised. And in my side hustle with PPAC, that's actually happened, which was something that I desired to do, but just took a little bit longer. But there's no fear from anything I put my hands to. I put 110%.
Welcome to another episode of Pints of View. Here with me, your host, Gary Goldsmith at the Cavendish in beautiful sunshine here in Marylebone. And today, I've got two reprobates. Lads, should we remove the glasses?
I don't really?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh. Cheers.
Brilliant.
It's like the Blues Brothers.
yeah. Without any talent. which one's Belushi? Not the one in his PJs. Today I'm blessed to have two proper serial entrepreneurs talking about recruitment, but recruitment to do other things as well. Recruitment Entrepreneur of the Year, Phil, I will give you a proper introduction in a second.
Thank you.
And Dean Tuhey, I messed his hair up, and I've got to be honest with you, didn't go well. So he's still really, really raving at me. But today we're going to talk about how people from recruitment, if they have side hustles, the things that they do brings back experience, knowledge, energy, passion for what they do in the day job. So having more than one gig. And as someone who does that as well, massive fan of what the pair of you do. Now, that's the longest time that you haven't spoken since you've been here. And the fact that you got here an hour early and they've run out of vodka is a telltale sign of how well this is going to go.
We're in trouble.
So can I just, you bag loads of trouble. So first things first, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And welcome. Thank you, guys.
Great to be here.
Thank you for the introduction, Gary.
How many podcasts have you done, Dean?
I've done one compared to your 40, which is the reason why I'm red in the face.
And you're wearing your pyjamas.
Okay, and cut. So what we're going to try to do is contain these two. The nice thing is you met through the IDLC, became really top mates, spend time together.
Yep.
On one degree, you're absolute direct nose-to-nose competitors. And the other side, you're talking about stuff, you're buying one of the products that he uses and helping develop it. On the other side, you're actually helping each other on the same HS2 project. It's kind of a cool gig. But isn't it nice that we're all still friends and we rock up at the same pub and we talk stuff? So whether it's actually work, an event here today, or it's life, you guys actually are genuine friends, right?
Yeah, for sure. And we share a lot of stuff as well, and we talk shop openly. It's never an issue. There's no secrets here, and I think the recruitment sector could do with a lot more of relationships like this.
100%.
So I'd like, there's so many things to talk about. Backstories are going to be really, really interesting. But we'll try and keep them as short as possible and try and keep you both out of prison. The corp world versus becoming, as an entrepreneur, because you guys are proper, arse hanging out. What did you call it this morning? Was you were having your hair cut, doing the special?
What do you mean?
What do you call it? Street entrepreneurs.
The entrepreneurial street fighters.
Yeah, and it was just.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I heard the tone from
say
someone
it again because I talked over you.
Entrepreneurial street fighters.
Okay, which I love that, and you both are at a very high level. I'm probably struggling to get over like level 1, level 2, and stuff like that. So you guys have really got that in spades. The reasons why you focused on the sectors that you did, and then the reasons why you picked up on the other journeys that you have, and how hard it was, how easy it was to actually make that transition. And I think people will be really interested. My God, I've got so many things to talk to you about. Why you've gone off on the tangents that you have, the learning curves, what you did and didn't expect, how you build your teams, control costs.
That's a big thing.
Which is massive, isn't it?
Huge.
But people don't, businesses don't fail, they run out of money.
They do indeed.
Where are the challenges? What's the upside? Let your leg be less nervous. Anything else I've missed? What's next for the pair of you? And lessons in life that you might want to share with people who want to do something like you guys have done. Because you are, for me, both massively aspirational and inspirational. So
thank you, Gary.
If we can keep it to less than an hour.
So we got to go through all that once with him.
No, I'll just say, if we can just keep your introductions to less than an hour, we've absolutely made it. Is there a chance? Right, I'm going to start.
What we start with Phil.
Okay.
We'll start with Phil, because obviously you're still getting up from bed. Should we get you a cup? Do you want some Weetabix, darling?
I'm all right.
I know.
Porridge. Not
but let me explain. This is my
head
boss
to toe
number.
boss.
Head to toe boss.
Yeah, but
it's forgiving on the waist.
It still doesn't mean it's right.
And I bet it's from that shithole in Oxford.
Bicester.
Yeah. You've been up there, ain't you, having kitting yourself out, you cheap
What's
fucker.
down in Oxford? This is
Right.
Listen, let's just not worry about it.
Okay, right, and relax.
All right, relaxed.
Phil,
Yeah.
backstory.
Yeah.
How on earth did you find yourself in the world of recruitment?
Purely by accident, I think, a lot like most people's
Brilliant.
story.
Okay, right. Dean.
No, I'm a design engineer, mechanical design engineer, and I did my apprenticeship on Slough Trading Estate. In 90,
Mars?
No, it wasn't in Mars. I did a stint in Mars on shifts, and it wasn't for me. And that was when I found my way into the recruitment world, and it was with a company called MTS, just round the corner from Dart in lovely Slough Central. Really successful.
Cow.
Yeah, Red Cow, Alpha Arms, Moon and Spoon. And it was good. Yeah, I lent on everything that I learned as an apprentice, and started to call everybody that was in my network and speaking to people and saying, look, I'm doing recruitment now. What do you need? How can you help?
Why did you make that enormous leap from being valued, trained, done an apprenticeship, into doing fucking hell recruitment?
I wanted to wear a suit.
Is that what you wanted to do?
My friend Ian Pringle was he was actually
he made jumpers, right?
No, he was a facilities manager in a Japanese bank in London, of all things.
Come on, that was funny.
That was funny. I was thinking about something about the Pringle crisps. I was thinking, what can I drop in there?
Yeah, and I saw him putting a suit on one day. I was with him, and I was like, fucking hell, I want to do some of that. I want to wear a suit. That looks good. What can I do where I could get a job wearing a suit? And obviously, I worked in a drawing office. I weren't much call for suits. We had a guy smoking behind me. So recruitment, really. As a few of my friends were doing it and doing all right, and I thought, yeah, do you know what? I could do some of that. And
how good were you when you first started?
Shit. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know a clue. It wasn't until I sort of grasped the fact that actually I'm going to get sacky if I don't pull my socks up a bit. My Pringle ones, obviously. And that was it. I just started to call around everybody I'd worked with for the past 5 years since leaving school. They happened to be one of the biggest fire protection companies on the planet, and they were like, oh yeah, we've got someone who can recruit for us that knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about. And I was thinking, I'm not sure about that, but we'll give it a go. And that was where...
Perm?
Contract.
Come on, it's only contract.
Sprinkler fitters. And then it sort of mushroomed from there. It exploded for me, and I did really, really well.
I did not know that.
Can I say sprinkler fritters, mushrooms, exploded? It sounds like a porn set.
And it did. It just went really, really well. And in a very quick time, I became their biggest biller and doing extremely well. And then I was told after sort of 4 years, I wasn't really cut out for management. And that was the day I handed my keys back and I left. And I see no progression. And it was actually, my wife that said, why don't you do it for yourself? And that was it. I did.
Well, let's pause that there, because I think there's going to be a similar story here. So come on in, podcast virgin. Let's see if you can summarise it as well as that.
I didn't know you did.
No, you're talking to me in the audience.
I didn't know you did that.
Okay, you can talk to me after.
So what, you're going to ask me the same question? Do we do it again, or do you want me to just reel it off why I got into it?
Oh, you really are stupid.
What? Literally.
I didn't know if he's going to ask.
Literally, this is going to be 4 hours
it's
for one question.
Okay.
So D4. What? How did you get into
5
recruitment?
minutes later. I always had this thing that I needed to progress in business, right? So I started off working in McDonald's, went from McDonald's to JD Sports, JD Sports to...
You took the slow route.
I just felt, I thought this is the age of 16, right? And then we had an opportunity to work for a legal law firm, believe it or not, me of all people. And then
A legal law firm.
a legal firm to do their administration. So I always wanted to progress, right? And then I went to the pub, like you said about your friends who were in recruitment. I see this guy in IT recruitment, right? And his name was called Sam, right? His name was called Sam.
Easy in IT.
And he pulled outside the Red Lion pub in an Audi TT, and I said, I want a piece of that. So I said, what do you do? And I'm always asking the questions, what do you do?
Hairdresser.
I said, no.
Thank God you said it.
So then I said, he goes, I'm in IT recruitment. So I said, you know what? I can do that. So I went home, going all bushy. I remember standing outside the window and I blitzed out the phone from the Yellow Pages. I got knockback after knockback after knockback. And then I got a call back from Prime Time Recruitment, right? Went for first interview, second interview. Girl loved me, confidence. I was up for it. Wanted to blitz the phones, and I got the right bug. I actually lasted 5 minutes on my first day because the director that actually was supposed to be there to employ me said, you ain't got what it takes. So I had to get my jacket. I phoned my mum up, walked up to Cable and Wireless in my next little whistle that I had. And then I said,
Wasn't the boss one, was it?
It wasn't the boss one. It was from Next, right? Great. I remember it as if it was yesterday. And then I said, I'm going to prove that fella wrong. And then I went and got a job with Fast Track. So it was all about, I stumbled across it. Phil Tussaint, yeah, the boy.
Can I just say that the nice thing is you both had chips on the shoulders and something to prove to someone.
Yeah, 100%.
And
that was it.
And I do love it that, I'm going to teach them. Mum, could you come and pick me up? You were hardly a weapon.
Mate, she was working in the same stretch at Cable and Wireless. She said to me, Dane, she goes, what's the matter? I said, I lost my job. She went, I've only dropped you off 15 minutes ago. So I was like, anyway, that was how it started.
Hi everyone, and a massive shout out to our main sponsor for season 4, the recruitment special of Pints of View. Now, Force 24 are exceptional. They do something that nobody else does, which is always pretty cool. If you're looking at sending out outbound email campaigns, multimedia messaging, including video and infographics, nobody else can do this. Everybody else sends out flat words. So your likes of Sourcewell and Elay can't do this. Force 24 do something special. Well, I use them, the RDLC uses them, and anybody who's taking their marketing really seriously will be using them. It's very clever. It's just a game changer. I like it. You should. And tell us about the second jobs that you had. How many jobs have you both had in recruitment?
One.
Before you did what?
Set up on my own.
Well, I had two, obviously, because I lasted 5 minutes, but then I went for Fast Track for 15 years.
Yeah, one job in recruitment. I set up on my own.
Okay.
4 years.
That stumbled you, didn't it?
No, because I think it was quite an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
That Wayne from Cast did 5 months before he thought he was better than God's gift in recruitment. And
I don't know.
How's that worked out?
And then you had Simo, who did a double-digit stint before he started up on his own.
Loyalty's a big thing, though, isn't it? When you
I just didn't like being told what to do, to be fair, and I still don't. I wanted to be, I didn't care how big my business was. I just felt like I wanted whatever money I earned was mine. And I didn't want to answer to anybody. It transpires the worry that I thought that I was going to not work as hard as I wanted to. I worked harder. I thought, you've got no one behind you pushing you or kicking your ass to do certain things.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
No, you did.
Who was it?
You had a family.
Yeah, that was big, yeah.
You had
kids,
two
kids.
You had 2 kids, you had responsibility.
Yeah.
And responsibility is a massive fucking prod in the arse.
Do you know what it is as well? People plan and do and this and that. You just got to do it, and if you're hungry enough, it works out. At some point it works out.
Okay, so I think this is where we're going to get to. So I think this is the meat on the bone of this pod today. You can do all the prep in the world that you want.
No.
You can put all the savings behind you. Mm-hmm. But actually, if you just start it and do it, you put the effort that's required into doing it. And some people are driven by an Excel spreadsheet that says, well, if I generate this amount of money, I have to put this amount of effort in. And there are people like you who are true entrepreneurs who just go, I can smell some money over there. I'm just going to go and do it. You that making mad decisions in Portugal, building plots of land, and
Not building plots, buying plots of land.
buying plots of land. But
doing things that people don't want to do or don't think that there's a negative to it.
And then having a hissy fit, say, I can't believe nobody's buying it. It's like,
It's not built yet.
It's not built yet. You've got to show them what you're trying to sell them.
I know, I get it.
I see something today, or yesterday, wanting to fly a plane, but building the plane on the way down. You know, that is exactly
on your prep notes.
That is exactly what it is. You know, that's exactly what business is. That people that want to plan never do it. You know, you can have all the smarts in the world. If you don't work hard, it's never going to work.
So I've got that. So isn't there a saying though, which actually resonates with me? You don't plan to fail, you fail to plan.
It's just quitting as well. People quit too easily.
Well, so that resonates with me. So I was at Fast Track for 15 years, right? And I absolutely loved Fast Track. I didn't want to leave Fast Track. I wore Fast Track on my sleeve. I worked every hour God send. And then there was a change, and it was like other businesses were progressing. People like Core were progressing. Other businesses were out there, and it just seemed a bit stagnated. And then I just thought, okay, maybe I need to go out. And
So why don't we take it back to the brands that you built? So we've got Core and we've got DT Source, right? Tell us about your brands and how they've evolved through pre-COVID, lockdown, post-COVID, and what you're doing before we start talking about the colourful shit that the side hustles.
Core was born back in 2010, 2011, and it was all M&E, sort of off the back of what I'd done, you know, the stuff I'd done before previous.
So people don't understand, it's the mechanical electrical.
Yeah. So what I'd done before, and again, just leaning into my network and generating revenue from that, and it just sort of mushroomed out of control. Really, we went from sort of 0 to 30 million in 6 years. The wheels were shaking, everything was going crazy. And then Carillion went down, and we had that wallop that cost us a few pennies.
Okay, I'm going to put subtitles in here for people who don't know the core blimey of the construction world. Wallop. So in the construction world, we've had a couple of car crashes where businesses who have gone under owing a lot of money. Some have phoenixed, but left that debt behind. Mm-hmm. Most went for good. And it meant that insurances in the marketplace went through the roof.
They did.
You couldn't really get insurance in terms of debt provision. It meant that providing labour became highly risky because you're paying contractors. And then people in the construction world are checkbook shy, right?
Yeah, I think
they are very slow to pay.
I think that's always been part of the course in that sector. It's a challenge, you know, and it's and it took me a long time to learn. It took me a long time to learn that, you know, because you as a salesman and as a business, driving something forward, you're focused on the sale. You're not focused on what the shit you're leaving behind you, and which is where having compliance, having a strong back office, having a strong FD, looking at the numbers, drilling down into what you actually cost. And we were going into a bit of a black hole at one point. We were trading in that mechanical electrical sector, and it's very volatile, it's very up and down. There were a lot of phoenix, a lot of companies going bust, and all that was happening was the margin was being eroded by the fact that the insurance and debt protection was rising year on year. But me being me, I'm just off selling, which it doesn't.
I remember when I first met you, Phil, and you tell me if this makes the edit. But at a certain point, you were doing 27 million quid worth of turnover and almost zero fucking profit. The way they were being squeezed.
It was,
and you were growing so fast and squeezed and growing so fast and squeezed and grow. It was
when the Carillion thing happened for us. It was probably a good time. You know, it made us stop,
rethink,
have a look at things, take a look at the structure of the business, take a look at what we're doing, who we've got around us, and really deep dive into the back office and compliance side of things and the accountancy side of things, because we was running off a million miles an hour with no break. And
it's good to have an FD who's got a choke chain around the CEO's neck and goes heel, right? Because otherwise you're going to go off in so many different directions.
It's been an absolute game, as I said to you before, time and time again. It's been an absolute game changer for us, and especially now we've gone into other verticals, other sort of sectors that are unknown. Again, I'm off at a million. He calls me, I'm the hot, he's the cold, and somewhere in the middle we're lukewarm. So he keeps a strong arm on me to stop me keep running off down these black holes.
That you should have that as lukewarm at core team, because that's the bloke everyone needs to talk to. Let's talk about DT as well. So your business.
Well, no, DT Source wasn't the reason why I left. I didn't go to recruitment and then into my side hustles. I actually left Fast Track to set up my side hustle. Side hustle didn't go very well. What was the first? Which was PPAC. So I left 15 years of Fast Track to set up the passport business. The passport business went in the direction.
Okay, so again, just because
back in.
It's we can talk very familiar with each other because we work together.
Right.
So the passport piece is everything from allowing people on site. Yeah. It gives protection for organisations to make sure it's
the right to work, the IDs.
So it's the basic level is right to work. It proves authenticity of the person on site. It means that they've actually got the right to operate a crane, and then they're not just it's just not his schoolmate. It also anti-slavery. There's a whole load of ticks. There was the Brexit tunnels, which we shall never mention. But there's a whole load of things that it actually does do, which is absolutely brilliant.
It's a fantastic piece of kit.
Yeah,
we're competing businesses, and I use his tech in my recruitment business.
Yeah,
but I think there's
but I'm just going back. It's the fact is that's what you went to do.
That's what I went to. I left 15 years.
But I'll be honest with you. Growing the tech business,
it's a whole different ballgame.
Fuck me, isn't it?
Fuck my life.
As someone who's doing it.
Put it this way.
Should we just say fuck again?
Fuck.
Right. It's really
if I'd have known, I would never have done it.
But then you went
now
back.
I've done it, and now
you went
back to recruitment,
and then you
to get some money,
and then you've got God's gift as the most handsome man in recruitment.
I wouldn't say handsome man, but I am very fucking good at recruitment.
No, I wasn't talking about you. You're talking about Jurgen. So Jurgen now runs your recruitment business. He's just assumed it was him,
mate. He is one good-looking human being.
Yeah, I've never.
But it isn't just Jurgen that runs it; everyone else does.
Yeah,
it gives me the ability to do what.
Okay, so
Jesus Christ, I thought you were talking about me.
No, not.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. No. You're 5'4". It ain't happening. But so Jurgen is a very handsome fella. But so that whole business now, it kind of looks after itself.
It does.
A recruitment business.
100%. DT Source.
So to explain what DT Source is and
DT
how
Source,
it's grown.
DT Source. So I left Fast Track. I set up PPAC. I had a huge opportunity to measure something in construction recruitment that wasn't being looked after, which was fake identity documents, right to work, etc. And it did take off. We'll come into the bits because I know you've got loads of questions later on, but then because the business didn't financially support me at the time, I knew I could switch on recruitment really easy. So I set up DT Source back in 2017, 2018, and I went straight into trade labour construction. So it's what I've always done. I did it in mainline fit out. Then I went into the airports, which is where my career really set off when I was at Fast Track. Then I brought Jurgen's on, which is the rail. And I still had the passion for PPAC, the side hustle, but that's now taken my full time.
But also, that's your niche within the niche within the niche. The whole airport thing is sick.
Yeah. So listen, when you know your market, like I love construction. Anything with a crane, there's an opportunity, right? That's the way I look at it. And for me, when you love an industry and you look to either make the industry better or, you eat, sleep and shit that market, you know where the opportunities come from to build a business.
How many, I remember meeting you early doors.
The first time.
And then you started rocking up on
the midget.
No, on the midget. Okay,
sorry.
That's a whole different ballgame.
That's a whole different ballgame.
But you ended up on the scooters. and you were just whizzing from one side to the next side.
Because no one else was doing it.
And
no one else was doing
going and pressing the flesh.
100%.
And because you knew what you were talking about, it made such a massive difference.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
So your revenue per person is proper skyrocket.
Yes.
And then you built your own team out in South Africa. Who does your team?
And we're speed tracking like...
And Phil, you built your own team out in Kosovo.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So although we're joking here.
Yeah. No, there's been a lot.
And we tease each other relentlessly. These are two of the smartest people in the recruitment space because they have good people running their business, but also have found a way to build delivery and execution models based on cheaper real estate. It's cheaper to run and then to maximize that. So you're using your people, Dean, to deliver data and support for PPAC now.
In South Africa,
and you're using your back-end talent and resource to deliver resource back into the recruitment sector. And it has to be all built on trust and love, and people understand that.
I think going back 2.5 years ago, when we sort of initially launched out there, the sector for me has changed over the last 5 or 6 years. It's changed massively. People don't want to be sold to by young 21-year-old kids that don't really know what their own world and their own life.
Good time though.
I think people want to be spoke to and consulted and sold to properly and delivered proper solutions to their construction problem or their project problem and talked to on a certain level. For me, especially in our business, the rookie doesn't work. We haven't. For us, we want mature adult salespeople to deliver proper sales solutions and talk to people at a certain level. I think our average age in our business is about 36, but we're backed up by a kick-ass delivery team that spend all day, every day, talking to candidates, registering candidates, kicking back leads, looking at the market, making sure that when we do get our projects and we are ready to go, we're ready to deliver. So we can flick a switch on a moment's notice and mobilise people to site, same day, next day.
Can I push back on that?
Yeah.
Only because it's fun, right? And that's what we're here for. I think selling's a meritocracy.
Sorry, what does that mean?
So you're as good as you are, right, and I will reward you for as good as you are. Mm-hmm. So if I happen to be 19,
there's always an exception to a rule.
Okay, but I can hire more of me.
I don't want more. I want the people that are older to do more. They backed up by a very serious delivery function that frees them up and allows them to do more.
That's a good silence between two disagreeing platforms. I'm actually just going to sit back and watch.
Do you know what?
Just throw that away.
No, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but it just feels to me like you just put a stair lift in all your offices. So and you just try to justify it to the tax man. But if someone's good enough, they're good enough.
Oh, I could not agree more. I could not agree more.
And if you keep aspiring to get the ones who've got a bit more about them, you generally get.
There's just not enough of them.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
And what they want, that generation coming through has the wrong attitude. In the main.
Oh, okay.
Are we going down this route? Because I thought this was about side hustle.
Well, we now I have to answer that.
Fine.
Go on.
I don't think it's the kids of today. 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with the kids today. I think their energies, their passion, their drive is exactly the same as ours. Do you know what the problem is?
They're needy?
No, we are shit managers, and we've never managed in a tough time with great people. So I was kind of punched on the nose by somebody if I didn't do well. You can't do that anymore. You
can say cry and say I'm
okay, but I love. Don't you fucking laugh. I absolutely think that we've lived in a period of time where it's so easy to make money, and now it's hard. We don't know how to coach and train.
Okay, that's what I was
So it's the leadership
issue.
issue.
I was about to say the same. I think it was So I think that it's not that we're
Fight,
bad
fight,
managers.
fight,
No, I don't
fight.
think it's bad managers. I think way that we were trained,
The managers
we don't
are the
know how
same.
to train them.
It's not even about training. It's about the attitude of people coming into any market, not just recruitment, business across the world. The next generation is statistically proven to be weaker than.
No, they're not. There's no statistics.
I don't know if it's
to prove
weaker.
that.
Listen,
I'm going to make some up like you do.
do you know what?
78% of everything you've ever said is bullshit. I'm not having it. I don't think. Right.
No, I think.
9%.
Yeah, we
Okay.
reach the
Right, so let's get into the meat of the bones.
Yes.
And the nice thing about this, that the people listening will realise that the pair of you are wrong.
just so we're on the same page.
Everybody's allowed an opinion.
You two are talking.
But literally, you look like you
just this
look
argument
like
that's
an
going on.
NFL referee.
Listen.
So it's very difficult to take you seriously.
We're going for the punt.
Listen, right. If I need to be someone's punch bag, but this argument here is, I'm quite happy to be on the sideline. So don't draw the attention.
Yeah,
onto me.
I have done that. Right. So tell me, what is the chip on your shoulder? What is the passion? What is the fear? What is the joy of winning that drives you?
Jesus, that's a question.
So I'm driven by fear of failure, but
No.
I can't fail.
I don't fear anything, and I think the driver for me was being told that you can't do it. You know, when you grow up in the environment I grew up in, your biggest dream is working in a chocolate factory, and it weren't Charlie's. You know, it was Mars. So
it was
you know,
that.
yeah.
You could smell it from miles away.
Yeah, if you got a job in the chocolate factory, you'd made it in life. You worked there till you was 50, died at 55. So for me, I just thought, there's a bit more out in the world than that, I think. And then you start to taste a little bit of success, and you think, well, no, I'm all right.
Taste a bit of a success.
Yeah.
Okay. Mars bar.
Yeah, no, Twix. and you think, you know, this is all right. And then you start to overachieve, and you think, well, I can do that. I was never meant to achieve that anyway. So everything I do now is bonus biscuits.
Biscuits.
Yeah.
Mars
Biscuits.
biscuits.
No, yeah, the little bit off the Twix.
What's that?
Digestives.
And so you just keep kicking on. And I think in the early parts of sort of launching your own business and growing it can be tough. And you
Okay,
do
so
get stressed.
What did your mate say when you said, I'm not going to work at Mars, I'm going to start my own business and fuck you?
I mean, I hung around in that same crowd for a little while, but you quickly outgrow it, which is unfortunate. And and having said that, but I still speak to a handful of friends that I grew up with. But I live a very different lifestyle with the greatest respect. I don't. But it doesn't matter really.
I said, look at the way you're dressed.
Yeah, Miami Vice. Let's go.
And you rock up in a Rari.
Yeah, no, Lambo now.
Okay, sorry.
That pains me. You still
Yeah,
got it?
Lamborghini ST.
Really? Can you get in and out of it?
No, and I look like a complete when I do, and I fall on the floor sometimes.
Okay, I'm sure we can say. Okay, I'm sure we'd be fine with that.
No, all jokes aside, I think when you start to taste a bit of success and you start to do a few good things and you realise you can do it, the confidence in yourself builds. So that confidence breeds confidence.
Yeah, people fall out with their friends.
You do.
And I
And family.
I say it all the time in the ideal say that people fall out with their mates, old mates, as they start to achieve and do more and achieve and do more and achieve and do more, that they do fall out with their friends.
I don't speak.
What's your what's your big driver? Why did you start a business?
I just wanted to be top man. That's what I always wanted to be. I just wanted to be successful.
Okay, what define that for me?
Sorry?
Tell me what top is.
Top. I wanted to make my own decisions. I wanted to be the person that was able to give a little bit more.
Shopper Bista.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Yeah, shopper biceptor.
You're pulling me forward. No, listen, I just wanted to... it's so strange because I'm just listening to Phil and I'm listening to the questions that you guys are asking, and I never really wanted to leave recruitment, but I just wanted to set up my own business and I just wanted to be my own boss and I wanted to build a brand name. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted something that people recognised. And in my side hustle with PPAC, that's actually happened, which was something that I desired to do, but just took a little bit longer. But there's no fear from anything I put my hands to. I put 110%.
So the pair of you are built of different shit to me. You're stronger, you're braver, you're harder,
It's just
you're
eat, sleep, and shit work, right?
you're more sophisticated. That it's, and then you got someone like me who didn't have that. Oh, I can't go do it for myself. It might be the fact that I landed in a business where they gave me the freedom, so it felt like it was my own, but I didn't have to do the dirty work. You know, like collecting money. I had a legal person there. You know, all that shit that got in the way, that gets in the way today.
It does.
I think we have to. How many hats you got to wear at the moment? Running your own business, running the businesses.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you've given it away now. You've nailed it.
I'm more the mouthpiece now.
Yeah.
And have the machine behind
I'm still
me
very much involved in it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, dude.
I will
Outsource
get there.
absolutely fucking everything that you can.
I'll tell you what. I
Until such time it gets so expensive, you bring it in house.
I want to do what I enjoy, and what I enjoy is getting out with clients, pressing the flesh, doing deals, and making things happen, and working with people to get deals over the line. Whether that be
He manages.
I think
he manages your diary
himself.
Okay, it was really funny that we had Rohill here today, and he's not allowed to touch his diary, and I'm here today, and I'm not allowed to touch my diary.
No, I need to have control on that, and I do make a few mistakes,
Fuck ups, yeah.
as I did today. But
You didn't think it was today?
No, not from. I'm meeting BT Open Reach on Thursday at our school, and I'm also meeting someone else in London. So that's not going to happen. One's in Swindon, one's in London. So we need to do some moving. But there
are helicopters.
Yes.
As long as you're not an Iranian president, you should be fine.
I go to Glastonbury in one.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I like to have that because I like to work through it, check, know what I'm doing. I have a PA to do everything else, but my diary I like to manage and sort of control that.
Okay, it's really weird because Rohill's Scott is mine, Dean, and Scott and Dean, Emma, they're Emma's, don't touch their diaries.
Yeah,
they do them themselves. But for me, I just absolutely trust it because she will manage it so much.
We were actually saying this earlier that we need an Emma,
yeah.
but we need actual Emma. I'm not too sure we need a Emma. I think we just need Emma.
My Emma. How good is she?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Communications and the emails that we all get.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, man, where's my Emma?
But it just happens through osmosis now. Or she'll phone me out and just say...
But that's been grown over 25 years of...
30 nearly 40 years. But she just shouts at me and says, what the fuck are you on about? You're talking gibber.
Yeah.
And then
She's
just
like
tells
your
me
wife?
off. Yes, my work wife.
Yeah.
And she gets on better with my wife than I do. So that generally helps as well.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not the easiest person in the world. Now we take the piss and we say that tech is so easy versus construction. So why didn't you bother?
Do you want to go?
Because it's only words.
I might have.
But it's only words, right?
It's easy. Why didn't I do tech? What, in recruitment?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Let me come in here. Right, hang on. So you got tech recruitment, then you got building your own tech.
Oh no.
Me and tech recruitment,
okay.
you lot wouldn't know what would have happened because I would have literally smashed the granny out of it. Because
Yes.
if you can make money,
Smash the granny out of it.
if you can make money in construction,
Well, there's the soundbite, Jamesy.
the money that we made, or the money that I was.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing bundles.
The success I made out of construction, which is high end, low end.
Okay, but that's obviously
I would've
bullshit
done-
because
No,
if it was that
I just
easy,
didn't
why
know
didn't
anything
you?
else because I didn't know anything else.
It's
All I
only
knew was-
words.
I didn't know anything else.
I was making
other
good
than
money
construction.
selling sprinkler fitters. Why do I want to go and see DevOps guys? Or back-end
In
developers?
Germany?
Yeah, in Germany. It's really good, apparently.
But that's what I'm saying.
You say one thing 15 times.
People
and
start
then-
to believe it.
People start to believe
My
it.
point is, I only knew construction, and I was all right at it, right? And so I didn't know anything about IT. But if I would have been, if I would have got into IT, I would have made a success of that too.
Okay, I'm going to go with hashtag bullshit.
No, it's not.
Right,
That's bullshit. Could you do construction?
No, not a
Go on,
chance.
you wouldn't.
course I
You'd
would.
be eaten alive. No,
way.
absolutely no way.
Cool, blimey, mate.
Nah.
Have you got your own tools?
No, but I am one.
There we go, right. Okay. There's a whole load of questions here that I'm now going to swerve. Learning curves, what you didn't expect. Oh, let's do that one. So you decided to set your own company up.
Company or side hustles? I need to get this right because we've set up loads of companies. But it's the side hustles.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the side hustles in a second. I'm building up to a moment. But thanks for fucking up my narrative.
Sorry.
Virgin.
What did you? Yes, 40 in. What did you find easier, and what did you find harder? A little sparkle there. I don't know where you were last night, but you got a little sparkle there.
Come off his hand.
What's easier and harder when you went through that whole process of starting up a business? What was the biggest challenge? What was the
my biggest?
What was the one you thought actually that wasn't hard at all?
My biggest challenge was when I was a salesman. I thought it was just me, and I thought I made that company the money, and I didn't realise that there was an army because I was just clouded. But then when I set up my own business, I had to learn very quickly that I couldn't do it on my own.
So I didn't have a contract to send out. And then I had to do some compliance on the business.
Timesheets, compliance. I needed to pay the bills. I needed to invoice. I needed to get a CRM system. There was just one thing after the other that I didn't realise that.
The biggest.
That was it. That was that I weren't number one.
Understanding the money. Understand where it was going, what it does, and making sure that you have something in place to control growth. Making sure that you've got a number two to make sure you don't fall over. Mm-hmm. But yeah, managing the money.
So you two are both contract consultants, right?
Yes. Yeah. Never done a perm in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice bonus biscuits.
It's easy though, isn't it? It's boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's boring. Yeah.
But so boring.
Worth nothing. Could
not do it.
A little.
Yeah.
To work on a CV for 2 months and then get told that.
Someone would ask me for a CV. Can I take in perm? Yeah, flick him over. Yeah. Go on, yeah. Bosh, 15%. Nice.
Really?
15%.
8 weeks of
construction, but I have to do a lot of them.
Construction, give it away. I'd say you're actually. I think you're both right, but because you're contract people, you generally understand that there's contractual chain law.
Yeah.
You understand that if they don't pay you, you're out of pocket.
Yeah.
If they don't pay you promptly, you could be 3 months of paying them on a weekly or a daily rate before you get your first week's money.
Yeah.
And you've got to manage that negative cash flow. And then perm people don't get that until it's a little bit too late. And they're going, I'm trading, I've got money in the book, but I've got no money. And then they're borrowing money off nan and dad. It's.
Yeah, I never borrowed a penny, did you, to set them up?
No one had a penny to give me.
No, I think that, mate, you hit the nail on the head there because I actually never thought of it until that moment. Because of the way that we were trained, the way that the business actually flowed, maybe that did give us the attributes to be able to set up the businesses the way that we did. Like, I didn't know. I generally thought that it was the business that had a load of cash and they were just paying the boys weekly. I didn't know about CID. I didn't know about all the the invoice discounting facilities, the insurances. I wasn't exposed to that.
He just called you a dick, by the way.
I was just blowing the phones. No, I was hitting the phones. I was hitting the phones, and I didn't know about the back end. But then I did. Now I do. Now I did.
Right, bullshit. Right, okay. So
that's true.
That's all the fluffery.
Yeah.
Mm. So you two are amongst the two biggest entrepreneurs I think I've ever met in my life.
That's a nice thing to say.
Were you one entrepreneur of the year?
Twice.
Where?
But who likes to mention it?
Is this with the RDLC?
Apparently you.
Is this the RDLC or a separate company?
Wow.
And I think, we really recognise the fact that someone was doing something different. And to be fair,
I wasn't entered in that.
If we
anyway.
If we had done it this year, 100% you will win it this year.
Right, well,
there's
others out.
With what you're doing, with what you're doing with PPAC, because actually you're doing something good and it's proven and it's making money and you've upgraded and you're both phenomenal successes.
Thank
it's
you.
a little bit like Bill Botcher. We only talk about Oscar's Well, which is the horse that did very well from him. We don't talk about the 15 that made it to Finder's lasagnas, right? So
I actually did take a little step into the IT market. It was called iCore Tech.
How's it? Because it's easy in tech, isn't it?
What did you step out?
I set up it was called iCore Tech, and I had 3 people that actually worked in tech. So I thought, well, hold on a minute, I think it worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm from industry. Let's get 3 people from industry.
That worked.
That was 120 grand in the bin.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't it work?
120 grand. I mean, that's a weekend away.
Half a shirt. No, I could see it going very bad very quickly, so I pulled the rug. Yeah.
Well, why did it go bad?
They can't sell.
They can't sell for toffee.
Really?
It's horrendous.
Or as you would say, toothy.
Right. They couldn't even reach into their networks that they'd worked in like for 10 or 15, 20 years respectively and gain any work. It was mental.
They were more
Oh, it's frightening.
technically savvy?
Frightening
or were they
how
not
bad
sales?
they were.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So sales in recruitment is a little bit, you don't need to understand the technology. You need to understand the written word.
But it worked for me very well. That was why it worked for me. I wasn't a bona fide. Well, I suppose it was, but
No, you're very salesy.
But I didn't
persistent.
Think, I didn't. Yeah, that's the biggest
and
thing.
engaging.
Yeah,
and persistent and annoying and persistent and you tried and you were persistent. Right. And did I mention persistent?
Yeah,
that's what you had in abundance, and you're very likable, as opposed to someone who will technically tell people why they should work with them, and if it just never works.
No, it don't. You're right.
Don't work. You need people.
Tried it.
And they could be experts, and they were experts in their field. I mean, wow.
Why would you put someone that wasn't sailing into IT?
Because I was going off the back of what made me successful, and it failed miserably. But I've got a whole graveyard of them failures, of wasted money and time.
Shallow graves outside the M25.
Yeah. Casting concrete dead bodies.
It
I've
saves the ballast. Have you found anything? Because I've found in loads.
I failed in loads. I found, everyone fails.
Dress sense.
Everyone's going to go, I actually quite like this, so let's not.
There's a flag on the plate.
Listen, I think everyone, it's either you fail at business or you fail at certain subjects or certain things that you do in business. And I think everyone has a failure, but then you just have to pick yourself up and go again. That's the crack. That's what we all, resilience, persistence. I think they're all the same.
But you try not to, put the house on it.
I know, never do that.
Bet something that's
Listen,
within scope.
I know my industry, and I know construction. I know the pinpoints. If anyone came to me about construction,
toothpaste fucked you up, and that was a lot of cash, and you had to rebuild all that.
Now he wears a shirt that looks like a toothpaste tube.
Yeah. But let's not call them out.
No. Hang on. Listen, they done all right because they built where we are now. So we made a mistake of not using the right partner, but they're still being used now. It still works, but then I had to go and build something that needs to be better. And better, and now we got Taylink, and Taylink are doing a phenomenal job. It's taken me 18 months. It's taken a load of fuck yous and a load of, when you come from contract recruitment and then try and build your own app, let me tell you, that is a whole different ball game.
We're both on that journey, right?
It's mad, yeah, but let's not talk about your journey compared to my journey, because your journey is different to my journey, and ultimately it's
you funny away.
No, I'm just saying, because he digs me out all the time about you've got to do this, and I respect what he's saying, but there's a lot more. We're doing ID verification, and it's madness.
It's almost as if I don't know what you do for a living, but we have been working together for 3 years.
Yeah, no, okay,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, I'm just saying.
I love the fact you diss me.
I would never diss you in on purpose, mate.
Yeah, just in public on a podcast that is massive in the Czech Republic
and Germany.
150, 149.
I'm the
149th funniest person in Germany.
I don't even know what that means.
It means I'm not funny. I think that's what that means. If you were to give some advice to people who don't recruit, right? So I love everybody in recruitment as a CEO who has a side hustle. So some are building estates of houses. Some are building, collateral in terms of tech. Some are everybody's got
everyone's got
a thing.
Yeah.
If they haven't, I do stress about that, because I think the learns that you get, it's short learns, it's quick learns, it might be expensive learns, but it's learns that actually brings back better quality versions of you to the day job.
Definitely.
And that always having your brain on, it's fun, right? It's what gets you up. It's like, so what time were we talking this morning? It was before 7, and the bants was already on. You're in a sauna, and if you weren't in a sauna, you need to turn your bedroom heating down. But it was just funny that we all felt that we were up. And so it's 6:30 in the morning, sending each other messages, because we just know we're up.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're on.
That's it. You have to be switched on.
But if it's not an obsession, and people talk about this, and I go on about this work-life balance thing, and it's controversial as anything.
Is it
but I don't think there is. There isn't for me.
There isn't for me.
I say, if you like what you're doing, do more of it.
Yeah.
If you like cake, you're going to eat more cake, right?
Well,
if you like booze, you're going to drink more booze. You know,
I didn't say nothing.
For me, if you like doing what you're doing, do more of it. So if you like business and running companies and running people, you know, doing all these fun things, do more of it.
I'll tell you something now. I just like making money, and I love the fact that you said that. There is no such thing as balance, because I struggle with that, and my wife always says to me, "Can you come home? Can you do this?" And I'm thinking,
okay, do you know what? Can I?
Is there a balance?
I find you beautifully, annoyingly perfect.
But
I was doing laps of Regent's Park, and you sent me a message once, which meant that I went to my knees, laughing so hard.
What did I say?
No,
in Regent's Park, Gary.
In Regent's
was it?
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't there. Just to get that on record. I was not there.
I think to be honest, that was Hampstead Heath, and that was a very different day.
Go on, what was it?
It wasn't. You just sent me a video of you jumping on a tree to do a pull up, and the branch snapped, and you went down like an absolute bag of spanners, and then lost your breath, and you were winded and couldn't get back up.
Right, that's a bit out, isn't it? I hurt myself, Gary. You're supposed to be a mentor towards me.
Literally, don't jump on a branch, right? But it was so funny. It was a twig, but it's gone down.
I was with the family. Is that what you're saying?
It's gone down so hard, and I just think it's to take on the challenges that you know you can take on, and then fight the battles that you know you've got a chance of winning.
Yeah.
But don't be fearful. Just give everything a decent go.
I think so.
But sometimes you think, you know what, should I have ever taken on Shell and a land grab for a wind farm and the Texas Panhandle? There was probably only one winner in that. So that was my version of you jumping on that little twig and trying to do a pull up. It wasn't big enough. Somebody should have said, "Hey, gal, you probably should walk away with this and keep 7 million," right? So sometimes you need somebody in your ear giving you a little bit of advice. Okay, 3 bits of advice you're going to give to the next budding future entrepreneurs. Dean, go first.
Go with your instinct and just work harder and harder each and every single day.
That's 2.
Number 3, enjoy what you do.
Okay, go gut feel.
Gut feel.
Give it a good go.
Gut feel, give it a good go. Enjoy it.
And smile all the way through it.
Smile all the way through it, yeah.
Love it.
You've probably got better words than I have.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Go on.
3 bits of advice.
The dumbest man in the room, always. It's not that difficult for me. Surround yourself with people that you trust.
Yes.
And go at it.
110.
At 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Bill Potch once said to me, so I had 60 businesses. He said, treat everyone like it's your only one.
Yeah.
And I love that. And it scares the living daylights out of me because I never did. And then, when you think, it's like, I'd have made different decisions.
I think I'm blessed with the people that I've got in my immediate circle. I'm absolutely blessed with the people that I've got around me.
Big shout out to RDLC, although I'm a big part of it. The RDLC have, in their infinite wisdom, decided to sponsor yet another season, the recruitment special of Pints of View. You must have been living under a rock if you run a recruitment business and are not part of the RDLC. It is the game changer, and it is the best network for people who are aspirational and trying to achieve something very clever. A network, a community, hookups, meetups, the best deals on all of the tech that you actually need. We go kicking the tires so you don't need to. It gives you an opportunity to ratify your decisions, be part of something that's bigger than you, and there's no need to be lonely at the top of a business. Now you've got 300, we are Sparta, against the rest of the world. So it's us against everybody else. It kind of works that way. We've kept out all of the idiots from recruitment, apart from me, but, you know, they need me to make it work. Thank you, RDLC. Hopefully see you soon. Can we go to a desert island, please, sir?
That is not a desert island.
No, that definitely wasn't on the queue.
This is.
So, ladies and gents, we've got so much content from you today, which has been absolutely brilliant. And thank you very much for sharing some very intimate stories about you setting up companies. And, you know, like I've said it before, you were so much braver than I. Now, we've gone to a desert island. It's really contrived, but the idea is this is a speed round.
Right. Which I'm not going to be very good at.
No, that's why I'm looking specifically at you. Dean, this is a speed round. I have to leave that question. So it goes him, you. Perfect. Okay, right. One wish. Don't make it bad.
Live forever.
Would you want to?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
At what age?
Forever.
Yeah, but what age?
What do you mean?
Well,
You live forever, you live
I'm not
forever.
sure I'd want to live when I'm like 128.
Oh, no.
That's
I'll stop around 50. That'd be good. Stop at 50, live forever.
2 wishes, can't have either. Right, so what? Keep up. One prediction.
I thought I was going to have a wish. Can I not have a wish as well?
No.
One prediction.
Yeah.
Chelsea back in the UEFA League next year.
I think Chelsea.
Do you mean Champions League?
I think Chelsea.
UEFA Champions League.
Stop you
My leg's
shaking your
fine.
leg.
It's all right.
Okay.
Chelsea.
Chelsea actually for the last quarter.
Mate, number 6. We've done all right, mate.
Unbelievable. We were so close
I'd
to
take that
Spurs.
all day long.
The one best moment you've ever had. Can't mention wife and family.
Running a business.
Okay, that was just moments. That's like eternity.
Winning Entrepreneur of the Year.
Can I have this, please?
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I won it twice.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It was
Let
brilliant.
me have that question because you're going to like this one.
No.
Catching 21 illegals at Tottenham Hotspur with my passport system.
And your bare hands.
There you go. Literally, new stadium was being built.
Can
Best
I
moment.
don't know where that's going to go on the podcast 'cause it sounds like we've taken out their playing stuff. Right. So the question for you is,
What, Gary?
you have to have one more tattoo.
Oh.
Now I know
Ain't got
where your tattoos
You
land.
asked me to get this out.
No,
No,
well,
don't
you
want
can
to get
do.
it
Do
out.
you
I
want
don't
to?
get it out. Really?
No. Well, I'm all right with
We're only big in Czech and we're only big in Germany, right? So that means no one in the UK is watching this podcast.
No, pretty much.
Right, okay. So
No, don't do it.
No.
Okay, so all of his tattoos are on
Every
his
single-
arse.
every single one.
And you've had them from clients,
Clients,
and
you,
me, RDLC.
betting me that if you can't do something,
Yeah.
I'll do that if you get a tattoo. So all right, I'll get a tattoo.
Brilliant.
That's how I got Heath for.
One do over.
One do over.
Nothing.
Oh, come on.
Nothing at all. Why? What?
I know one,
Go on.
but it's too deep.
No.
We'll do it off. We'll do it off camera.
Yeah, no, I do. It's tough. That's a really tough question.
Okay, we do that off camera.
You
'cause
gave
I
him
know
the better questions.
I got one guilty pleasure.
Bourbon biscuit.
Over.
Bourbon biscuit.
I keep going to that fridge.
No, no.
At least you didn't say Gary Baldy because that's gone. But you've got old school chocolate biscuit.
Yeah, I love
Fair
it.
enough.
Okay, I'm having that. One sporting victory that you wish you'd had.
FA Cup.
Why aren't you a boxer?
Oh, it was terrible. I was terrible.
You're heavyweight, but you got
I
no
was-
reach and no height.
I was super heavyweight.
Super heavy at 5'4".
No, 5'10", and and a pinch. But I've got a story about that. So in my first ever amateur fight, it was the home counties versus London, And I was about 26, I think. And it was going to be my first amateur fight in boxing years. And they put me in, I want it. So I'm up there at Milton Keynes, Drury's in. I'm sitting in the changing room.
It's a long story.
Yeah, no, hold on. No, so the coach has come and he said, Phil, we're pulling you out. I said, why? He said, well, it's your first fight. He's really, really big. We're not going to do it. It was Anthony Joshua.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, it was.
I love that. Didn't he just say he makes stuff up on the spot just to get the audience?
Can I just say?
Really?
I'm going with bullshit. Right, one person.
Go on. Is this going to be a good one? He's getting all the
one
good ones.
person that you wish
I could meet.
you could meet or could have met. And you might say...
It has to be Tina Turner.
No, bullshit.
No,
It should have been Anthony Joshua and just say, did you once get a buy-in? What's him?
Yeah, gets a little fat fella.
A little fat fella.
It's got to be Tina all day long.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner all day long.
Would you be Ike?
Strong woman. No, I wouldn't be Ike. No, Jesus. But no, Tina all day long.
Jesus.
She said to me in the last concert she did at the O2,
Yeah.
I love you too. When I shouted out, I loved her. So I'd love to have met her. 100%. All about Tina. Go on, next one.
Rolling on a river.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, one food type you have to eat for the rest of your life.
Sushi.
Spaghetti bolognese.
I put that in my notes.
Fucking notes, you waste man.
I put that in my notes.
What an amateur.
I put spaghetti bolognese in my
man
notes.
who's
I love that.
Flown by the seat of his pants for his whole life. Yeah.
Is that your favourite? I love that. Well done, man. Love that.
Can I
It's very
say?
cool. So I get excited over small things.
You had to
Obviously.
remind yourself what you wanted to eat for the rest of your life. just in case.
It's Sunday prep day, isn't it?
What did you say to him? Sushi. Sushi.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
There's a microphone in front of you, Badger.
One mantra that you live by.
See, I had to look this up.
Why? Because
It's your mantra.
But
are you on Wikipedia?
No, this is what I say to my lot.
Go on.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Okay, but you got one then, right?
Yeah.
By Oyster.
Yeah. And a book that everyone should read.
You're asking me about reading books?
I actually answered that.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
look
I
that up as
answered,
well?
no, I went, well, I can't read, so it'd be Roger Red Hat or Billy Blue Hat when I was 5.
Okay.
I'll tell you whose book I really did enjoy. Cole Pilkington's The Moaning of Life.
Was it good?
Oh,
Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
Jimmy Carr's current book is off the scale, by the way. I absolutely love it.
I'll make sure I remember that and buy it.
Tell me about your best mate in the world.
Loyal. Very, very loyal. He's that guy that you see the film when you find out, I need you to do something for me. I can't tell you what we're going to do. You say, whose car are we taking? He's that guy.
I love that. My Ginger Prince. I could talk to about everything.
So what?
My little 5-year-old son. He's my best
Ginger
mate.
Prince.
My
I
Ginger
thought you were talking about a cockapoo. I'm very happy that it's your son.
It is my son. Now what we can do with that one.
Okay. And final question. Well, nearly final
Are
question.
we just pointing this towards Phil or we both having
No,
a go
it's
at
the
this?
pair of you. It's Friday night. It is Saturday, Sunday. Right. You're 18 years old.
Ah, wish.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
not sure.
I do.
You're 18 years old.
100%.
Friday night. What are you doing?
Going to Harry's nightclub in Slough.
I used to go to Harry's.
Yeah, me
What,
too.
in
Yes.
Slough?
Yes.
No. Where's this?
Next to the kebab
Yeah,
shop.
yeah,
I need to share this moment.
And then I'll
What
have a
is
tea
Harry's?
kebab on the way out.
And they
need to
played the
share
same music.
They did.
Every night.
Yes.
It's ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously, that was a good nightclub.
No, it's, ladies and gentlemen, all of the ladies in the room drinking Diamond White, put your hands in the air. Lads, they're the ones you take it home to shag.
Yeah.
That was,
It's bad.
yeah, it was
bad.
really bad. It
I
was
don't
really
know.
bad.
I never went there.
Friday night.
Friday night, where I was when I was 18,
Yeah.
Mayfair. That's where I was. It was. They call me Mayfair Dean in the casino.
Did
You've been
they?
there many a time.
Did they?
Yeah,
Mayfair
18 years old.
Dean.
Mayfair
Anyone that's there,
Dean.
Mayfair Dean.
Mayfair
Everyone
Dean
says
from Watford. Champagne, money, lemonade lifestyle.
But that's where I was.
Okay,
I was that good at recruitment, I could afford it.
I'm
So there
I'm
you go.
going with a strong fuck you.
Just 'cause you
But
could.
what one bit of advice would you give to anybody? So advice you would have given to yourself at the age of 18 that you think would still be appropriate for an 18-year-old hustler like you two these days. Go on, Dean, you go first.
Oh shit! I actually had this on my notes.
Fucking notes.
These notes.
These
Ain't stopped talking about these notes all week.
the notes would have been amazing.
No,
The
if you
actual
could read 'em.
performance was shit. Right, then, you worry about your notes.
Go on,
No,
go
for
on,
me,
go
it's dream big. You
Yes,
know,
I was
and
about to
believe
say.
in yourself. You can do it.
Isn't it
You know,
fun?
for me, if you were coming from a certain demographic or background,
That we all did.
yeah, you're not allowed to dream big. You got to go with a certain narrative, and you don't. You can go completely against the grain. Dream big as you can possibly dream, and run 100 miles an hour after it.
Yeah, that's powerful. I like that. I actually can't trump that, but I will try. So I
Can't trump the clothes.
Do you want me to comment on this?
This is going to take some edit.
It's not. There's no edit. No, I generally I actually going to mirror what he says. If you dream about doing something, just go for
Aim
it.
for the stars and you might hit
Yeah,
them.
100%. That's the deal. Just don't hold back. Just keep going.
I think this is going to be one of my absolute favourite podcasts.
How many
I hope you
times-
don't say that to everybody.
As he does, I bet he does say it to everyone, doesn't he?
No.
Oh, good. I love that.
No, I'll just say some of them would be really good. But this might be my favourite. It was authentic, it was honest, and two people doing really well in life. If people watch this on YouTube and see the sparkle in your eyes and the fact that we've actually had a good time, we truly are mates together.
100%.
We've all come from different walks of life.
We lived that.
You know,
times.
there was no silver spoons.
No.
That's it.
And
That's
actually,
everything. We come from
we've
fuck
all grafted.
Yes.
And the fact that you two are such great mates through the RDLC and direct nose-to-nose competitors and doing so ridiculously well in life and winning.
And we use each other's services in other hustles.
100%. Yeah.
And thank you for reminding me. The whole premise was side hustles. You've got so many things going on that makes you better people. There's a reason why you are so
When you
loved
got something,
when you got
something
group.
good, when you got something, sorry for interrupting, apologies. When you got something good, you may as well do it, right? So,
Yeah, anyway, sorry for interrupting.
Everett Sky is good, so I use Everett Sky.
And P-Pack is brilliant,
P-Pack
so
is
I
good,
love
so you use
P-Pack.
it. So that's
Oh, fuck you. Gay off. Brilliant. I love the fact that you dressed up for the occasion, and cheers for being here, Dean. As with all of these occasions, I love giving you guys the final last word. So, anything you would like to say to the mass audience that is humongous in Germany?
Listen,
Dankeschön.
That's a good one. Thank you for you being you.
Oh.
That's what I'll say. Because all my businesses have transformed in the last 36 months, you being involved in it. So I appreciate that.
It's powerful.
Love that. Cheers, bruv.
Cheers, my man.
No, and yeah,
And that ain't
RDLC.
a last lick.
It's a little bit. But no, no joking. No, it's very good. But no, being part of the RDLC for me for the last, 7 years, 8 years, I don't know how long it even is now. Has been great for me. You know, it's been great for the business, great for me personally. And I've met some unbelievable people along the way, and you know, the journey continues to evolve.
Last lick.
Namaste, brothers. Jamesy, are we good? Brilliant. So that's a wrap. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned. We've actually got Jeff Norcott behind us, and everyone is shitting themselves because that's what funny actually looks like, and we are shit. So anyway, peace and love, and see you soon.